Today, I am showing you next 10 unbelievable traps from French defense. Each one ends with a shocking tactics that even strong players sometimes miss. In fact, these games are so brutal that once you know it, you will never fall for these tricks again. These are quick ideas which not only helps you to avoid the danger, but you will become danger for your opponent. And in fact, this is part 2 video of French Defense Trap series. If you have not seen part 1, then you will get the link in the description. So, without wasting time, let's go straight into game 11. The title is Care of H7 or Lose the Game. This one, single queen move, ruins black instantly. Game goes e4, e6, d4, d5, mc3, bishop b4, e5, c5, a3, attacking on the bishop, bishop takes c3 check, b takes c3, knight e7, and here comes stunning move, queen g4. If you see this move in French defense, start panicking. Black couldn't smell the danger and does castling. White goes bishop d3. This bishop targeting h7 pawn dangerously. Casual black focuses on piece development. Goes knight b c6, knight f3, bishop d7. Black is really not knowing what he is up to. It goes all in, plays a stunning sacrifice, bishop takes h7 check, king takes h7. Now watch, this checkmate idea flows like water. Queen h5 check, king g8, knight g5, threatening queen h7 mate. Black plays rook e8, creating square for king, queen h7 check, king f8. Many players commonly know this idea, but they couldn't apply concluding sequence. Here is how it goes. Queen h8 check, only savior move, knight g8, knight h7 check, king e7, bishop g5 check, knight f6. White takes f6 check, sacrificing his second bishop. Force move is g takes f6 and queen f6 checkmate. If you ignore safety of h7 square in French defense, this is what happens. And in the very next game, you will see the same weakness but even faster collapse. Game 12, the h7 nightmare continues. Black copies the same mistakes and pays the price. Let's rush through initial moves. e4, e6, d4, d5, nc3, bishop b4, pinning the knight, e5, nc6, nf3, knight g7, a3 with the idea of kicking the bishop, bishop takes c3, b takes c3, knight a5, a4. It is an important move here to making a square for bishop to sit on a3. Black goes a6, bishop d3. Bishop is eyeing on h7 square, ready to create an havoc. Black goes castling, ignoring the safety of h7 square. He should have played h6, but he totally ignores the danger. And white is ready to punish black now. A dangerous sacrifice. Bishop takes h7 check, king takes h7, knight g5 check, king g8, queen h5. And this queen is unstoppable now. Rook e8, creating a square for black king. Very important move here is bishop a3, knight c4, queen h7 check, king f8, and queen h8 checkmate. Knight cannot jump in between because the knight itself is pinned. Same pattern, same mate, same lesson. Can you stop these ideas? Let's see an antidote for queen g4 ideas in game 13. Game 13, the perfect counter to queen g4. Let's see how to punish greedy queen. Game goes e4, e6, d4, d5, knight c3, bishop b4, e5, knight e7, a3, attacking on bishop, bishop takes c3 check, b takes c3, play a variation, c5, aggressive white plays queen g4, eyeing on g7 pawn, preparing for ideas like bishop d3 and then attacking on h7 square. Smart black plays queen c7, intentionally giving this g7 pawn. Greedy queen takes the g7 pawn. Rook g8, queen takes h7. White thinks he is winning, but look carefully. C takes d4. Suddenly, there is fork on e5 and c3. If white plays a silly move like f4, protecting the e5 pawn, then it's over for white because queen takes c7 and this rook cannot be saved. Instead of f4, if white plays bishop d2, then black plays queen e5 check, bishop e2, d takes c3, bishop e3, knight bc6, knight f3. If you count the pawns carefully, black has already an extra pawn which has reached to third rank. Black plays one more important move, queen f5, asking for queen exchange or getting one more free pawn. Queen takes f5, knight takes f5. From here, black can slowly capture the control over the board and eventually can win the game. After move number 7, queen g4, white has a very ambitious plan to set up a trap by putting loads on the 7 square, but in the end, he totally destroyed his plan by distracting him to a different trajectory. Now watch game 14 where white king hunts down important piece. Game 14 is white's antidote over black's antidote for queen g4 move. This trap is so beautiful, you will replay it twice, thrice. Game goes e4, e6, d4, d5 and c3, bishop b4. Aggressive black, don't even try to save this pawn on e4. He directly goes queen g4, knight e7. Black is trying to use his antidote. White is already ready for it. Queen takes g7, rook g8, queen takes h7, c5. Pawn on e4 is protected by queen, so white develops one more piece, knight f3. Black continues his idea, knight bc6. White pins the knight, bishop b5. Black immediately spots the free pawn and grabs it by rook takes g2. Do you think it is a good idea from black? Then see carefully. Knight e5, putting more pressure on c6, but it has enough supports, so black is not so worried. Black goes queen a5, pressurizing knight on c3 and attacking bishop on b5. Now watch how white king becomes a hunter. Bishop takes c6, knight takes c6, queen takes f7 check. Only move for king is d8 square, king d8. White plays a sneaky move, king f1, attacking the rook on g2, and rook has literally no place on the board to go. Black tries to get some more material by playing c takes d4, allowing rook to be captured, takes g2, d takes c3. White goes knight takes c6, b takes c6 is force, bishop g5 check, bishop e7, and queen takes e7 mate. King becoming an attacker with superior motive. I hope you have liked this game. Game 14 was full of surprises, but game 15 will shock you. Game 15, hidden mating threats. Even stronger players get trapped in these patterns. Game goes e4, e6, d4, d5 and c3. Here is a variation. D takes e4, knight takes e4, bishop d7, d5, e takes d5, queen takes d5, c6, attacking the queen, queen e5 check, bishop e6. At this point, things looks normal for black. Here comes a dangerous sniper, bishop g5. Black is getting under pressure and tries to simplify by putting queen on d5 square. White plays an astonishing move, rook d1, giving the entire queen for free. But look carefully, queen cannot be captured because rook d8 is made. Black tries to counter-attack with f6. Bishop takes f6, queen takes e5. Black feels he is on right track of simplification. Rook d8 check, king f7, bishop e5, knight f6, knight g5 check, king e7, rook takes b8, rook takes b8, bishop takes b8. White is a piece and a pawn up and having very good structure, and white will easily win from here. So far, we saw games with tactical complications, but game 16 is checkmate in few moves. Game 16 is actually a joke happened to black. Without wasting time, dive in. e4, e6, d4, d5, knight c3, d takes e4, knight takes e4, knight e7, bishop d3, g6. g6 is a blunder. Black aspired to do a feint. White says thank you. Knight f6. It's checkmate. That's it. 6 movement. No explanation needed. Now move to game 17, which can happen to anyone in any tournament game. Game 17. The real game pattern. You must know. Here black forgets one move and loses material instantly. Game goes e4, e6, d4, d5, nc3, nf6, bishop d3, c5. White continues e takes d5, c takes d4, threatening knight. Knight b5 is a smart move because it is attacking on d4 square, and then there is a smart fork every chess player want to apply. Black goes e5. White plays another smart move, queen e2, attacking e4 pawn. Black plays queen e7, trying to save e4 pawn, but completely forgets a stunning threat d6. Queen is under attack. Queen goes d7. Next move is no-brainer. Knight c7 check. King d8. Black lost right castle and also lost entire rook. Knight takes a8. This pattern repeats in thousands of games. Next one, game number 18, returns to deadly h7 weaknesses, but this time with a spectacular exchange sacks. Game 18, 10 sacks, h7 disaster, total collapse. This is one of the most beautiful attacking games in French structure. Game goes e4, e6, d4, d5, nc3, nf6, f3. F3 is a special move used by legendary Bobby Fischer for countering Sicilian defense. Let's continue in the game. Bishop b4, bishop e3, d takes e4, a3, bishop takes c3, b takes c3, e takes f3, knight takes f3. White has sacrificed f3 pawn. You will understand why. Black happily castles here. White continues with his ideas with bishop d3, short castle. White is totally ready to launch his attacks. Queen d6. Black is still passive. Knight g5. Attacking on h7, but there is support. e5. Black is making provision for his queen castling side as per need. Black might feel he can defend everything easily, but white is in different mood. Rook takes f6. Queen takes f6. The rook is gone, but black king is about to evaporate. Bishop takes h7 check, king h8. Big fish enters into game, queen h5, threatening mates with discover attack by moving the bishop out of the line. Black tries to create a deflection with bishop g4. White simply plays queen h4, continuing the mating threat. Black plays queen h6. Knight takes f7 check, putting a discovered attack on queen. Rook takes f7, bishop takes h6, king takes h7, bishop a3, discovered check by queen, king g8, queen takes g4, and black has nothing left to continue. Let's move into game 19, cruel example. Game 19, win a pawn and lose a game. A grid punished immediately. e4, e6, d4, d5, knight c3, knight f6, bishop d3, d takes e4, knight takes e4. Black is like, I will take your pawn. Queen takes d4. White is like, I will take your queen. Bishop b5 check. Whatever black plays, the queen will be lost. Black can try going back, but again bishop will capture the queen on d7. And now the final game, the fork trap every French player must know. Game 20. Don't miss this fork. It's simple, logical, and wins instantly. e4, e6, d4, d5, nc3, d takes e4, knight takes e4, knight bd7, g3, b6, bishop g2, rook b8, knight c3, bishop b4, pinning the knight, bishop d2, unpinning the knight, knight bd f6. This move open a simple tactics. White plays queen e2, black wants to castle, so plays knight e7, completely missing this simple fork, queen b5. There is a check and attack on bishop, and this bishop is gone. This is a very simple idea, but worth remembering. It may happen rarely. If you know the idea already, you will save a lot of time. Black was under shock of missing this fork and simply resigned. The perfect way to finish the French defense traps part 2. You just saw 10 deadly traps that hide powerful patterns. Tell me in comments which games was your favorite. If you liked the video, then hit the like button. Let me know in the comment. And to watch more interesting videos like this, subscribe the channel. If you want us to make such videos on another chess openings, then let us know in the comments. See you in the next one.